Welcome back to Brother Wolf, Sister Moon Divination. Hello, my dear fellow spirit workers. Today I want to share with you a spirit haul and some supplies to have on hand. And they came from mostly grocery stores. This I did get online, I believe, or at a local store. I can't remember. I know I bought it online and at local stores, at different farmers markets or stores. Excellent African shea butter, 100% natural, and it's just so exquisite. And if you know what it is, you know. And it's just so moisturizing. It has one ingredient, shea butter. You'll find shea butters in a lot of things, but this is the pure. And you really owe it to yourself to try it. It's very rich. If you live in a dry area, especially we're getting into the weather changing, you definitely will benefit from this exquisite, luxurious oil. And it was reasonable. They sell in different sizes, but this was around $10. You could find smaller amounts for less, but that lasts a long, long time. That's just how rich and giving this oil is. Shea butter. Love it. Okay, another haul. So you know I live in South Florida, so I literally can visit any country in the world practically in my own city. And I went to a wonderful little Indian grocery store and replenished my turmeric supply. And so this is a lot of turmeric, and it was very reasonable. And well-known company, Laxmi. I've seen this many different places. Good stuff. And what I do is I have one of my other almost empty bottles. So I save these. Especially the glass ones are so nice. And you create a nice little spice cabinet. Every spiritual practitioner should have a lovely little apothecary and workshop. And certainly the kitchen is a good workshop for a lot of our work. I also got fennel seeds. Wonderful. Very healthy. All these things are very healthy. Antioxidant. And curry powder. So wonderful for so many dishes and protection amulets and talismans. And ginger powder. Can't live without it. It's so good. I put it in teas. You could just drink a tea of this. I even eat all of the grains. You could filter it out if you wanted to. I just eat them. Also wonderful in spell work, protection spells, enhancing the power of any spell you're working on. Okay, ginger powder. I love it. So turmeric and ginger powder, well-known anti-inflammatories, and there's a lot of anti-inflammatory things in curry, and because there's a lot of mix of different spices, and fennel also. I also picked up at this little Indian grocery store. Let me move this over. I'll actually make something with that in a second. Rose water. And this is concentrated and can be consumed. Let me see if I get a better look. FDA approved concentrated rose flavoring essence. So it could be used, it could be eaten. Always make sure it's edible type, because some of them are perfumes and you can't eat it. You can, of course, use perfume type in spell work or sachets or things like that. Okay, interesting and lovely. Rose water, especially that this can be eaten, can be applied to lots of different applications. So there are some essential oils but they may not be for consumption. So always be careful. But this I could put on a charm. Um, Act like a perfume itself. Spray. Put this in an atomizer in your house. Lovely. Okay. You could also put that in a little dish of water, and just the essence is enough. It will totally help with the air, bringing in good energy. This rose, and this was like around $2, around there. Cardamom, another sumptuous, earthy spice, well known and popular in many Asian countries, Middle East. It's just wonderful. Cardamom. And so this too can be eaten. Flavoring. Sweet biscuits and so on. You can create a few little drops with coffee. So I discovered cardamom in coffee at a little Egyptian restaurant in my neighborhood. And I would never have coffee without cardamom now. Are you kidding? And so let me do my quick craft project here. So I'm not going to put this whole thing. So I'm going to just, so I can use it, I'm going to use one of my jars from other spice. And this was curry, so I'm going to add it so I can have it handy. Off camera here, cutting open the bag. Now, if I was really fancy, I'd get my funnel, but Mother Nature, my hand is my funnel. Improvise, people. Best kind of spirit worker is to improvise, you know. And when I talk of my Sacred Space series, you know, and I try to give tips and my experiences and my training from my madrina, may she rest in peace, who I still work with and, you know, revere. Anyway, so you can find a sacred space anywhere. So there's my little cute, ready to go, lovely dishes, and then you can put it in protection amulet, talismans, charge things, put it in sachets. Powerful protection. When traveling, always make a sachet. Put a clove of garlic, some camphor squares, put a little sprinkle of that curry, put some sage, some parsley, and it doesn't have to be big, and carry it with you. Okay, so let me bring out my other haul that I got from this little grocery, were these beautiful tools. So this is a copper spoon of some kind, and this is a let me see if you can see, it's a wonderful little brass piece of clearly Hindu deities and a devotee praying to them for help. Very cool. And if you're into Egyptology, you could see that, you know, these, like, there's these, some figure, a deity, and then, you know, people paying homage, and just cool. And I thought, what a cool little piece to have on my altar. So, and also inexpensive, made in India, super cool. Also nice paperweight. But I'm definitely going to have it as like a in reverence, and, you know, some beautiful element from many cultures. You know how I love eclectic collections. Eclecticism, I guess, is the word. And this lovely little cute spoon, right? Again, it has a nice heft to it. Okay. And now I want to switch gears and go over to another little shop that I visit, and it's a Chinese, East Asian, mostly Chinese, Chinese owned and operated, and they have a lot of cool stuff. So let me bring out some of this. So how cool is that? So hands, praying hands, God's hands. You can also have these little cute anti-evil eyes. How cool. Many cultures use that. And you could, and I highly recommend, you should have an anti-evil eye, And so I'm going to show you one that I had made. Okay, so even if you don't have access to these specialty shops, you can create your own. So let me go ahead and show you the one I created from yarn and sticks, okay? Okay, so this one I made. It's simple as that. So I wound string, yarn, different colors. So this is, I don't know if you can pick it up with this camera, but like a rich dark blue, white, and then the black center. So, and this is like, I also think this tradition, it comes from Native American tradition. They weave around the back, see that? Also great meditative practice building these. So you could use anything, but get an evil eye in your house, and it should be placed somewhere that people see it when they walk into your house. Okay, so you can make your own, even if it's just a piece of paper with crayons. You can make that, and charge it with power to protect and keep envy and negative energy away. Okay, many cultures use this. It's also decorative. Why not? And so, continuing with my haul from my local Chinese gift shop, these beautiful little keychains. Look how cute. And it has a little wulu for health, long life, prosperity, and this really interesting coin. And you could also use this coin for the I Ching. If you saw my I Ching, how to make an I Ching, really cool reflective tool. Look at this little charm, almost like a charm bracelet, but as a keychain. Now, this would be great in a sachet with some protective crystals. Okay, so a little basket, a little tool, farming tool. This really cool leaf, which looks like it has like the symbol of wheat. Money, looks like a wulu or maybe peanut, fruit, our harvest. So this is like ancient farming, agricultural, ancient farmer, cool symbols for prosperity and health. Okay. And also from the Chinese gift shop, I got these adorable little coins. So you could put these, again, you could use these as I Ching. You only need 3. Right? So cute. You can use these little sachets, like, especially when you're traveling. So I wanted to add a little note about traveling. Ancient Chinese philosophy, always give charity when entering a new city. So that's always bringing good luck and you're helping somebody. So anytime you visit a new city, one of the first things you should do is give some kind of charity. So that could be in a formal way, like going to a religious organization and leaving something in the drop box. It doesn't have to be big. Or if you see someone who's on the street and needs $1, always pay as you enter the new city as an important tribute and opening your way and bringing in good energy. Another important travel tip. Okay, so Spirit wants me to smudge everything. So always is a good practice when you pick up an item, especially things that will become talismans or part of your altar. Of course, smudge them. Okay, Spirit, you're good with this? Yes. Thank you. Reminds me about this. You can use these little tools that were intended for something else into your own thing. So this is another option. And I believe I started saying that when it comes to the Sacred Space series, and I referenced my Madrina, may she rest in peace, nature is one of the best sources. And so I always look for omens and portents in nature. And how does the sky look? You know, walking through nature in a park, perhaps, what do you see? What do you see? Animals? Do you see things on the floor? What do you see? And so each thing can have a meaning, and it's basically like a reading in essence. You know, we come to do tarot card readings, but go walking in nature and listen. That message is going to come out there. So I reference that because I get the sense, and the spirit message coming through is that if you've moved to a new place recently and you maybe feel disoriented or you're still getting used to it, do a nature trek, you know, in a safe place, in a public park or something, and connect with that zone, that geography, and that the elements that live there. Very important. And I know when I travel, I always, you know, will prepare, send prayers, and also bring some of my little items with me. Another travel tip I wanted to share with you is I always, before embarking on a journey, use and say Psalm 121. And very powerful. And in fact, I print. You know, you can write it down hand by hand, or you can just copy it off the internet and print it and fold it up in a piece of paper, and that goes in the sachet, and maybe one of these coins and some of these, you know, some kind of token, talisman, or protective thing, some oils, some of those spices, right? And Psalm 121, fold it up, say it, and then put it inside the sachet. And I'll go ahead and read it. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not slumber thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will neither slumber nor sleep. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, thy Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen. So that's the psalm. And you charge your sachet with that, and you pray it before you go on your journey, and then maybe during the journey at some point do it again. A very protective psalm for travel. So somehow travel came up as one of the messages. Okay, so very good. I hope you enjoyed that tip. Tips and tricks of spiritual practice. So bring some of my little items with me in my hotel room, you know, just as a comforting thing, but also as a powerful thing. I can tell you a story about this ghost that kept me up. I was in Virginia, not far, so Richmond, Virginia, and not far from many horrible battles of the Civil War. And I tell you folks, if you've traveled through those areas, you know what I'm talking about. It's active. And so I went to this hotel, and in my room, it was a very comfortable, nice room. And in the night, I would see this figure, not with my eyes, but I felt with my feeling and my emotions and the hairs on my neck, a soldier. And all I could see were the buttons. So picture like one of those uniforms from the Civil War, with buttons on either side going down, buttons on the jacket, and then like a big smile, like almost like the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland, and a big mustache and beard like that. Okay, and some kind of like hat with a brim. And I was like, oh, really? It wasn't like a good thing. I don't sense that it wanted, the spirit wanted to hurt me, but it was just like, what are you doing here? You're not from here. Like it was like a very like a soldier or an officer or somebody would be in charge of the area and like, what is your presence here? And that kind of a thing. So I did put out some of my things that I had with me, and I like made a circle of protection, and it left me alone. He left me alone. And then, as luck would have it, as strange as life is, I went back to that state of Virginia, and I stayed at the same hotel, and I got the same exact room. But this time, I had brought some heavy hitters, and I put them out, and that was it. Boom, like displaced, and not in an aggressive like but like be respectful of this space and this person. Doesn't mean anybody any harm. And and it created this huge force field, and he was there still, but like he was, I don't want to say it in a negative way, but he sort of was put in check, like, oh, okay, I won't mess with y'all kind of thing. And I was like, okay, and that was a totally different, but again, I had heavy hitters. So always bring a little something with you when you travel like that, some spirit protection stuff. And very interesting though. So that place is active. I mean, and of course, why wouldn't it be if you know the stories and the history and the tragedies of those battles in the Civil War? And it's very palpable. It's intense. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my spiritual haul, and that you continue with the series, and you're most welcome. And I appreciate you coming to watch my videos and be a part of the fam, and I'm hoping to grow it with your help. And so please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments. I'm always eager to hear and connect with people that are also of like mind or working spirit work, and looking for sharing ideas and that sort of thing. So as always, blessings, be well, and God is love.